Are you concerned about the Warriors right now? They're only a half game in front of the Spurs, Chris. How concerned are you about the defending Western Conference champs?
Well, I was concerned about them in the beginning of the year, not because of an addition of one of the best players, if not the best player in the league, in Durant, not because they won a record 73 games last year and didn't win the championship, but because this is the NBA, and we always take the Spurs for granted. We take Kawhi Leonard for granted, even in the MVP race. And so, I was just worried about them because I think the West is a lot better than we give credit for. And the regular season is much different than the playoffs. But now they are not the same team without Durant. I mean, they wouldn't be the same team without Curry. They wouldn't be the same team without Thompson. It's just how it goes. And so you want to see how the players come back and react. You want to see if Durant can come back and how his body language is, if he can run and stop on a dime, not worry about somebody coming down under him when he's shooting a jump shot, those type of things. But they have a great coach in Kerr, and those guys have a lot of character, so I know they'll figure it out. But I think this is going to be a really good playoff for everyone. And, I know that San Antonio wants that number one spot, and guys want that, so we'll see how it reacts. But, I'm worried about them from injury's sake only, not necessarily because they're playing bad now.
But LaMarcus Aldridge is now out for the foreseeable future. Do you think that this could be the opening the Rockets need to maybe put their stamp on the Western Conference and go on a magic carpet ride few people thought was possible?
Talking to some guards, and you mentioned players only, and it was Barron and Isaiah specifically, they were telling me how, they really saw that Houston is the toughest matchup over there just because of how hot they can get. So you may blow them out in one game of a series, but you know that they're going to shoot lights out in 2 to 3 to 4 games of the series. So he said that's probably the toughest quandary of who's playing. So I think that Coach D'Antoni is definitely candidate for Coach of the Year for how it just shows how when you change a culture to not being all about one guy, that guy can flourish more and he can get more credit and his teammates can be happy, and then that equals a team. One guy gets a little more credit, the other guys understand they're winning, so everybody's happy. And so really like the job he's done there. But, yeah, the playoffs, going to be fun watching the Houston Rockets play.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.